This is getting real bad for Aver, people. Very, very bad. We talking about the first track, Mickey went in. After that, talk to the man's soul. I'm Bach. We didn't play yet. I'm going to play that with y'all today, but we got to go to that one second because this letter to Hitman, we're going to play that, man. This is real, real spooky. And we're seeing on his Twitter and on his spaces, and I think he's flying off the hinge. I think he's losing himself. I'm not even joking when I say that. So that's where we're going to start. We're going to start with the letter to Hitman. I'm going to play that in about 30 seconds. Then we're going to go to the Ambach joint from Mickey. I got a conversation between Mickey Factz and Jay Mills. I want to take a look at that, see what they're talking about. I got a big update for y'all. Well, it's big for me. You know what I mean? It might be light for y'all, but hopefully it's going to be a big deal. Okay. So I got a real, real important update for y'all. I got the person that I believe can out Jay Mills. I'll get more into detail to when we get to that piece. What else? We got to do some more Jay-Z, Epstein. Wow. Shorty from the R. Kelly tape, all grown up now, grown woman, did an interview. I'm going to do a first listen, first watch with y'all on that one, see what she's saying. Wow. Javvante Davis, why do we have to cover him again this fast? Okay, we got something going on with Yo Gotti. That might be real, real scary. And OTF, speaking of Lil Durk and his upcoming trial, right? All right, let's go. Wow. Mickey Factz, letter to Hitman Holla. Let's listen to it, y'all.
What the hell was this letter doing on the floor? Don't open until February 4th. To Chaz Duncan from Hitman Holla. Oh shit, let me read it then.
How could you say it ain't hate? I got further than you and we came from the same state. You can't talk views, you $1 and a day late. What separates Hitman Holla is the pay rate. Hey, wait, that nigga losing weight. Just look at A face, I hope it ain't AIDS. You was like big bro, till I made you vacate. Saw how you move, just a rat in the snake place. But is this a safe space? Why you acting like you wanted to fight? Was it rage bait? Harassing me on my timeline from a May date. You and Sirius was booked, I had on a straight face. You was too scared, you a playboy playmate. Why you tweeted Nick Cannon? Yeah, we both sniggered at it, none of that shit landed. Why you said I'm buying views? Cause all of my shit jamming. Been plotting on my moves since I was a kid, damn it. Headline, that's the one. Hitman Holla grew. Classic first round. Meanwhile, Charlie bodied you. Stood right behind you too. Cause I'm a solid dude. But you wasn't there when I had to battle Arsenal. Then Summer Madness too. Me and John squashed the room. T-Rex got $10,000 out of you. Stood right behind you too. Cause I'm a solid dude. Next thing I know, you won the battle. So illogical. Jealous I was getting big. Why I made you mad, bro? But I played it cool. Wasn't trying to take it past flows. Fast forward. State to state touring. Getting cash flow. You moving state to state poor. Cause we know your ass broke. Living off men and women. No more friends are with him. B450 with ARP. I sent the image. Why you got mad about it? Cause you know you never did it. Whack 100 Zoom call. You lied for 57 minutes. I'm marrying the girl I chose. Cause I love black women. Viral for the right choice. You settled for that one. Where all your acres at? Can we see that footage? You was in the small apartment, Christmas lights, whack cushions. We all know your ass putting fake ass Kevin Samuels. You was asking, can we talk? Nigga think he Tevin Campbell, Mel Kerry Washington. Nigga just selling scandals. Please pray for St. Louis. Tired of your Twitter rambles. 2018, you said I did nothing for you. I saw it in some tweets. When I seen it, I was scornful. Then the Gerald shit happened. Everything off. Had to cut you off too. Now I just mourn you. Found you a couple fools. So you hit Twitter spaces. Sad if you fuck with dude. All of y'all niggas jaded. Captain Marketable. Nobody marketed you. No label sponsoring you. No red carpet for you. Should've been ride or die. Yeah, I was down the slide. Ain't gonna be that though. Nigga, I was by your side. St. Louis to the death. Yet, line for line. Now all that shit dead. 911 homicide. Before I'm done with this letter, I wanna know why you lied. Telling people we was cool when you had conniving eyes. Always down for the fade. Drop the low, I'll arrive. Until then, fuck you. Hitman, dotted line, ball game. What we talking about? Bottom line.
Wow, this is powerful, man. Like, wow, man. I feel you, bro. Damn. Should I send this to somebody?
What? What?
Send this to somebody.
What?
Wow, this is powerful, man. Like, wow, man. I feel you, bro. Damn. Should I send this to somebody?
Am I overreading that? Reading is a ball. Is this the end of that? I ain't gonna reach too much. Overall, man, unfortunately for Aye Verb, this track, similar to the Shutter Island, it makes you contemplate like, damn, like if we could find reasons to actually respect Verb, people would be sad and actually be looking to help him. Like you see the bar in Shutter Island when Mickey Factz was like, man, I saw the interview and I came this close to reaching out to you, like asking if you need some help. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that's listening to it's like when you get into such a role, when you get into such an act where you just gotta show the machismo, I'm good, I got the 17 acres, whatever. These people are stuck there, man, and they really, really can't turn around and save relationships, rebuild some of these bridges. They just so egotistical and so stubborn. But anyway, I ain't here to fix the man's issues. You know what I'm saying? Let's focus on the song. There's a lot that's said here. Once again, Mickey obviously did his homework. Mickey obviously went back in time. Like, what's some of the early stuff that he was talking about? Even the battles where he stood behind them, but when he said, like, it's my time to battle, I don't know if you're really there like that. Okay, cool. 2018, when he mentioned those tweets. Do y'all remember what that's about, y'all? Do y'all remember those tweets? I have them. Most of y'all seen them again. I think I put them back up last year when I did my 14 days, 14 nights for Verb, right? Remember those tweets, y'all? That was me after working with Verb to book him for Murder Mook. I didn't expose him. I didn't go behind his back and tell his best friend at the time that I thought was one of his brothers or somebody he came up in the game with. I ain't go tell him what he did or what he said. I didn't do that. I just played neutral, left it like that, kept working. When we got into it, and then he got on Twitter, started with his threats and talking all crazy about canceling the Iron Solomon battle so he could battle Drake, right? Even though it was awful loaded. I mean, we know the history, right? That's when I was like, oh, you talking sideways. How about we tell your boy, since you so thorough, since you so sturdy, since you so solid, you're going to tell Holla, your brother, because you did all this STL stuff online. One thing about us STL niggas, he does that a lot, as if STL is riding for him. You see any battle rappers from STL stand up for Aye Verb this whole time? Oops is right there. He's back on Twitter. Hitman's right there. B Magic's right there. Young Ill, I haven't heard from since he battled on my platform, to be honest. And shout out to Young Ill. You see anybody, Street Status O is all over Twitter. You see anybody from STL standing up for him? But he was doing that back then. He was the whole like, yo, STL, one thing about us, STL. I'm like, who is he talking to? Like, I'm supposed to go for this. My issue's with you anyway. You ain't gonna scare me off acting like the whole state is with Missouri is with you. Like, get out of here. Like, that's not happening. You know what I'm saying? So I said, since you all STL'd out, did you tell your STL brother what you said behind his back? He can't get paid for you. You never did more than me or more for me or anything for me and all this, blah, 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 because you thought it was about to be your moment to battle Mook, which it was. Now, I put it on Twitter, and what did Aye Verb do? Surprisingly, it was probably like one of the last things he said that was actually truthful. I put it on Twitter, and he co-signed it on Twitter. He said, hey, Holla, this sounds about right? And you know what Holla did? Holla kept it cool. He was just like, sounds like something Verb would say. It's all good. LOL. Like, he kept it like that, kept it coy. Got on the phone. Holla was just like, you know, it's all good. I wasn't playing divide and conquer. Me and Holla was just being cool. Like, look, man, I ain't got no issue with you. You ain't got no issue with me. But your boy, and he's like, yeah, you know, Verb, you know, but, you know, that's my guy. He was still being kind of loyal to Verb, but just making sure that he wasn't being disrespectful to people that don't deserve disrespect. You know what I mean? And I was just like, wow, that 2008. And then he did it again. Fast forward with Gerald McCoy. Nick Cannon don't rock with him. Wow. Like this letter right here, because that is always going to be a story that exposes a lot of how Aver carries himself, his relationship with Holla. I mean, you could almost focus on all of his relationships for their own book. His relationship with RBE, his relationship with URL, his relationship with Briz, his relationship with Surf, his relationship with Hitman. You can pick some of these and there'll be stories within themselves, but his thing with Hitman is crazy and all the jealousy. Wow. All right. I'm not going to play it again. I'm just going to say that this and Shutter Island to me are the most damaging. You know, so we got 4 so far. I'm about to play Ambach with y'all, which is the 4th total that's been released. But and I'll do a comparison once we're done playing that. But of the 3 that we've done so far, Shutter Island and this one I think are gonna follow him. It's like reputation staining forever for people that don't know or been hiding underneath a rock this whole time. Let's go to Ambach. Mickey, that was crazy. Let it out. That was crazy. And the ending. Ambach. All right, what we got with this visual? And what does Ambach even mean? So I watched like 1 or 2 of them. I'm not the biggest Ambach. I don't know all the knowledge of it. What's the theme? Because he's been theming. This whole plague thing is all meant something. What does it mean for Ambach to be released in all of this?
Y'all really bigged up that little shit he did on Hector? All right. Mickey, I really can't believe that they doubting the speech. The real captain lapping you. Why would a falcon compete? Cradles on Olympus, nigga, climb up the mountain and see. I'm in this account for the week. Hands in his pockets like El Hajj Malik before he sadly was shot in the cheek. Nigga, I'm from the...
Shad, we gotta reel this one back. Is this supposed to be like the first one where he just got one of these sinister ass beats and rapped his ass off? Is that what this one is?
Y'all really bigged up that little shit he did on Hector? All right. Mickey, I really can't believe that they doubting the speech. The real captain lapping you. Why would a falcon compete? Cradles on Olympus, nigga, climb up the mountain and see. I'm in this account for the week. Hands in his pockets like El Hajj Malik before he sadly was shot in the cheek. Nigga, I'm from the X like Malcolm Pete. I never said you couldn't rap. These bullet points pushing back, turn verb to an album release. Found in a creek, drowning in sleep. Cops find his body and teeth separated like the 60s when they had fountains to drink. Whites only. They needed a fine tooth comb to find home. I brush it off like it's lights on me. I'm quite holy and life phony as a white pony with the horn in front. Chuck Norris punch, fuck his organs up. Intestines, large, small, all of them. Liver, spleen, pancreas, deliver these sages with bitter leaves burned at 1,000,000 degrees Celsius. Who said he was cold? Nigga, please, I'm more like Mr. Freeze at Anchorage. Listen, we basing this on the blood he sees on his little sleeve handkerchief. I'm all in his fake face, ignoring his...
Not the new verb, because he's changed a lot. You know, he's still a very good rapper, Verb. I ain't taking nothing from him as a rapper, but he's changed a lot. You know, that's why he's doing the strip club anthem type shit. Now, he definitely changed. Like, his rap patterns, a rapper evolves with their mind and their experiences. And sometimes, like, they'll go after Jay-Z for years. We want that old Hov, and then he'll finally address it like, go get my old albums. You know what I'm saying? The thing about Verb is like, oh yeah, all the old stuff, or a lot of the old stuff when he's on his A game is fire. You know, but this new Verb, for whatever reason, his mind goes, go, throw that motherfucker. Like, what? Are you trying to tell Shay Mills to throw you some? I'm pretty sure Shay Mills threw up when he heard that shit. So I don't know if Mickey's really used. I don't really hear that too much, but the one-man army thing definitely makes sense too.
Space, I saw all the brave hate and all of this gay traits. Shout the true foe, I gave a skull a display case. Save you was dope, but ain't no scoring in game 8. I'm pouring in spray paint, all up in A face. I'm 10 in your road, that's a foreign exchange rate. We 2 different guys, and you in the bind. You looking in a true villain's eyes. A few million lives on the line. Thanos and Dr. Doom just combined. Headshot, dude to survive with Bruce Willis, mind Roberta Flack. Music is by his bedside, the doctor's room is survive. You'll get supplied with tubes in your side.
He keeps finding a way to do those. Fucking Mickey, nah, nigga. He keeps finding ways to do those patterns. Get the fuck out of here.
All up in A face, I'm 10 in your road. That's a foreign exchange rate. We 2 different guys and you in the bind. You looking in a true villain's eyes. A few million lives on the line. Thanos and Dr. Doom just combined. Headshot, dude that survived with Bruce Willis' mind. Roberta Flack, music is by his bedside. The doctor's room is survived. You'll get supplied with tubes in your side. Like, share, comment. You've been subscribed to gloom in the sky. The moon drifted by. Feed you chicken, 2 legs and thighs. I need to see the finger waves, gold caps. Bring the pain or you gon' need a grave cause your soul trapped. What you contemplating for? I'm 3 tracks in. Contra made a mold. The target haters shown for constipated flows. Took 50 days to drop. If I ain't start to make it known, it would have been more numbers than the confirmation code. Yeah, you Gemini bitch, the shit this guy spit is really not sick. Plague days equal to 7, not 6. They think it's Mike Vick. What you say, you bring me nonsense, you bring in John Wick. Candlelight vigil, nigga. Now look, they bring John Wicks. I see the time tick and thumb down with the stone on the finger I pick. You talk about women, but think about dick. A king around myths who read it out glyphs. I speak it out and really see the light shift. A faded favorite, your favorite faded. This is Jason Statham versus Jason Tatum. Based the way I say it on created phrases. Don't matter which craft I use, like I stay in Salem, breaking statements. Talk on, just like the haze you blaze and smoke on until the day is wasted. Grand theft, auto, death screen. This ain't the Matrix. I see you chasing H's, begging for the bank payments. That's how you making statements. Who you with? I'ma leave a pissed window. Turn her into Beatrix and Kiddo. But the difference is I leave the chick pillow with shards of glass when the cartridge blast when it reached the bitch window. She needed this immediate intro to the devious, mischievous info. Turned into a ghost, shout to Drake and Patrick Swayze. If you're reading this, ditto. I'm leaving this kinfolk with grievances, you know, facts. That's what they wanted you to do when you came back, nigga. Not some go, motherfucker. Just go, nigga.
Alright.
Did he fade that again into 314? Of course he did. The abrupt stops. 314. Oh, you know what I'm realizing? So this is this was day 3, but this is a total of 4 drops. All right, so we got 3 more. I'm gonna have to pull up the tiering joint the same way we did the J Mills and the Goods and the DNA releases. We're gonna have to do a stream when all 7 are done, and I'm gonna put them into. And it's funny, I did that stream with Mickey Factz. Maybe I'll have him join and react to how I tier his tracks. And, you know, I bounce back and forth with the tracks on the stream with y'all so we can, you know, hear him again a little bit, maybe catch a little piece just so that we up to date. It's fresh in our mind again as we vote. But I'm going to put all 7 of his tracks in tiers. But here's the tough thing about it. As I put them in tiers, I could see the issue. They have like so much different purpose. Fuck it. I'm still going to do it. Because like when you think about Shutter Island and Letter from Holla, the melody of it is slower, it's more exposing, it's you know, talking to him and wow, what's wrong with this guy? This one right here, and I think the first one, it's like him just rapping circles around shit. Oh shit. Yeah, that's gonna be exciting. Now, the Letter to Hitman, that's the one that I admit, y'all, I did hear that the other day. I breezed through it real quick. And then, but here right now, focusing on the bars and watching it on the screen with y'all, it definitely hit different for me. I haven't heard anything else. And the next upcoming ones, haven't heard them. I'll wait and I'll play them here live with y'all. But we're going to have to tier these joints 100%. Hey, Mickey Factz and J Mills, what y'all talking about as it relates to Verb, man? Let me see what this conversation is like. See if it's going to lead to any more content or any more songs, anything like that.
And I hit you. I was like, yo, let me know when you're done.
Yeah, and what did I tell you? I said, all right, I got one more, and it's all you.
Nah, nigga, you said you could have whatever's left of them, and I said
you can have whatever's left. Yeah, I saw Hitman Holla. Shout out to Hitman Holla too. I saw Hitman Holla post a tweet. He said, man, they done did my man so dirty. He don't even want to show his face on. Y'all made so many jokes about the snow. He out here doing AI videos.
AI videos, bro. AI videos.
AI pictures like, too.
Man, stop and putting on glasses and big scullies and man, just show us what you look.
But you want to know what too? That happened with me. I was kind of implying, no bullshit. You could tell from it if you go watch it. When me and him did that like funny little face off, this is when me and him was on good terms, and we were leading into the Aye Verb and Mickey Factz battle, the full circle battle. When me and him was, I did a little face off on here with him, and I kept screaming at him, "Cut your camera on, turn your camera on." You know what I'm saying? Like, because I was just like, yo, you talking so heavy, you're talking shit. I really wanted to see if your body language, your mannerisms, and facial expressions match the energy that you talking on Twitter, that you gonna like show me. I know we're not face to face, but live like this, back and forth, we could still read what it really is between both people. And he just refused to cut his fucking camera on. These days, I wonder if that's one of the reasons why he gravitates way more to spaces, because here is a fact, people. If you go do your numbers as far as current day metrics and content, whether you're looking at Twitch, streamers across all the different streaming platforms, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, these platforms are adjusting to visual content. Okay. Like, yeah, XM radio and faceless content was popping in FM and AM FM days, and satellite radio came and whatever. And then eventually Howard Stern, they had to get on camera. You know, eventually we wanted to see this, the studio, even with Funk Master Flex DJing or Charlemagne and DJ Envy sitting there, because it becomes the content and the personalities and the people, not just about what they're doing and we can't even see them and what records they're playing and all the shit that they're talking. That visual content supersedes. Okay. And going in the route of just being in spaces all day long, I get it. He's got to hide some of his backgrounds, you know, is whether he's in a junky looking garage, house hopping at the moment, allegedly, or he's in that spot where we saw before where we could see his entire place in one frame. Like, damn, that's the whole crib. I mean, no, hey, at least you got a roof over your head, humbly speaking, but you probably don't stay there anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'd be hearing about all these hopping states and everything and where he is now. It just doesn't look good. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I get it. He's playing Monopoly. He's buying houses in all these different places, all these different states. He's purchasing mortgages and everything. Okay, you got it. You got it. Didn't he talk about some rental property stuff and all that in like some spaces last year? It never ends with him. But anyway.
Like, man, I'm starting to think you going through some motions in life, and we all go through things in life, man. But you can't be talking that much shit, and then you want to hide. And stop posting. Verb be doing them little blogs in the dark, nigga. If you don't kite on in that room. That's what legal demons we fighting, and we going through stress and depression and all that. We still barring each other down.
That's a
you
fact.
Ain't the only one going through nothing. You ain't the only one that got to drop kids off and pick kids. And what if you do? I don't know if you do that. Niggas will say you're a deadbeat. So you might not drop your kids off in the morning and pick them up. But if you ain't dropping kids off and picking kids up and you still ain't got no bars, nigga, don't ever talk to me again in your life.
That's a fact.
Bro, when the last time you took somebody to yogurt land or something like that? Tell me what size your son or your daughter wear in sneakers and pants. If they're a 6T or a 13, like if you got a daughter, like you better know what size your daughter's bra and your panties is. Don't be out here talking crazy and you ain't taking care of your kids, because you automatically lose a bet. Any nigga dissing me that don't take care of his kids, I don't give a fuck what you say in the bar. You lost.
You lost automatically.
You lost to me. So don't talk that shit to me, my nigga. And Verb, don't worry about me or Mickey Factz, because it's like 5 other battles.
I swear on my children, I swear on my kids, I didn't even get this far. I played like the first couple seconds of it. I didn't even get this far. That nigga said, don't even rap a bar to me if you ain't taking care of your kids. Oh, I ain't talking about Verb, because I be leaving the kids off out of the conversations. I'm not talking about Verb, because I know if somebody talk about my kids, I'm hunting them. I'm not talking about Verb. Okay. I just want that disclaimer. I'm not talking about Verb. I'm not talking about Verb. I'm not talking about Verb. But I do want to say in general, when people move around a lot, you assume that it's not children as well because of schooling and the school system that they're in and the constant readjustment of putting them in new place. Like some people, even when they get into real estate, if you get into the real estate market, you realize how much the market jumps and how many people get into the market and start home buying, home searches, etc., just as school is ending. Because if they know if they're moving to a whole nother zone, a whole nother school zone, that no parents do not want to take their kids out of a certain school and have to put, especially late, like after the first half, they don't want to have to do that. People only do that if it's like, yo, we gotta move, like we gotta move on this, or it's just, you know, stuff going on. It's like, yo, we have no other, I mean, like life is lifing. But if it's just like this year, this state, this year, this state, this year, this state, and this year, that state, kids, I don't know if they're bouncing around that much. And then as far as belongings, it's real easy to move around when you don't have that much to move with. Me, I could spend I'm trying to not exaggerate. And some of these movies will rip you off. I done been through some hell and back wild scenarios, not just with me, but knowing even other people's stories. Today, I could probably spend about, my mover might cost me like $35,000. No bullshit. My movers. If I'm like, yo, meet me at this state or meet me in this city or meet me in this zip code, whether out of state, same, my movers might cost me for everything that's coming with me about 35 grand. All right, let me finish this. Oh, do I need to pick my nerf back up?
Rappers diss you, so now you really got to rap. You really got to, and you ain't making no money over there neither. I'ma chill though, but you ain't making no money over there. And stop saying you got a song featuring Jay Mills, because if I really wanted to go crazy, I would do you dirty right now. But it's not even worth it because you making phone bill money.
Phone bill money. We gonna show them. We gonna show them. Don't worry.
Phone bill money is crazy. He didn't even put that in his raps. Yo, Mills, drop another Aye Verb joint. Why not? Like, why did Aye Verb? I mean, not Aye Verb. Why is J Mills talking like? I thought he was leaving Aye Verb alone and possibly moving on in the direction of him and Rum Nitty or something. J Mills, I'll be right back to you in a second. Let's get into this though. I was able to take my headphones off for a second because I want to show y'all this. I want to complete this Aye Verb piece before I move on to the last J Mills segment. Here is something I want everybody to be in the loop of, and I appreciate everybody's continued support. This looks like the RBE channel, doesn't it? It's not. It's not. I created this today. This is now our second YouTube channel. Okay. Looks similar. It is called Sorry It's True. So if you go youtube.com at Sorry It's True Clips, it will drop you off right at this channel. If you look in the description of any video on either channel, including this live right here, right now, you will see this link, okay, to bring you over to this new channel. All right. So I'm going to break down some of the differences that you guys are going to see so you guys understand what we got going on here. But first and foremost, I have a release day. I made it today. It's released today. I have a release day exclusive for y'all. Speaking of Aye Verb, come on over here when the stream is over and you guys got this exclusive right here. Aye Verb, this is Hitman Holla, Mickey Factz, and ARP. Okay. All right, let's see what the was it. We even get into this. Wait, where is it? Is it right here? Where is it? Where is it? We even get into, where is it? We even get into that. We even get into that. We also get into I ain't gonna spoil it. Like I said, y'all, when this stream is over, head over to the new YouTube channel. That is an exclusive that's up there for today. And I also uploaded yesterday's Max Beat clip. And you know what? Why not? Let me play this with y'all real quick. Sometimes I could tell y'all better than I could show y'all, or should I reverse that? Because I'm gonna be talking, right? I'm talking in this trailer. Oh, in case of me taking myself for screen right now, I could show y'all better than I could tell y'all. Okay. All right, let me switch screens on this one. Let me switch to this guy over here. Cool, let's get it. What's good, y'all? It's your boy ARP. Shout out to all y'all making it over here to the Sorry It's True Clips channel. I want to make sure y'all understand what we're doing over here. If you recognize me from other videos or our other primary channel, you know over there on the Rare Beat Entertainment channel, we drop battle rap content, battles. We do a live podcast over there, a live show. We do a lot of hip hop and celebrity news coverage. But over here, it's going to be a little bit different. So make sure y'all subscribe, cut your notifications on. Over here, I want y'all to understand there will be no lives. So stay on the RBE channel for the full live shows. Also, there will be no members exclusive content on this channel. So keep your memberships over on the RBE channel as well. Over here, you guys will be getting only one-off topic clips. No live stream podcasting on this particular channel, y'all, okay? But what does that mean? You need to subscribe here as well. Why? Because any important clips, one-off topics from our podcast streams will end up over here. Also, Almost daily exclusive one-off topic content will be released here as well. Okay. There will be no members only content here. Once again, I want to reiterate. All right. So save your money. Keep that only on the RBE channel. But over here, y'all, we're going to continue what we do with our celebrity news, our hip hop coverage, movies, music, controversy, drama. I'm going to mix in battle rap over here topics as well, too. So make sure, don't think that, over there is going to be the pure battle rap. No, but we're going to be a little bit more edgy over here, a little bit more controversial at times. If I want to cover things like maybe religious topics or politics or things that get a little too edgy for y'all in certain cases, we will cover it here. It's still going to remain based around the hip hop and celebrity world and sports and all the things that you guys have come to know about me and the Sorry Is True podcast. But once again, no lives will be here, okay? So if you want to continue to keep up with the Sorry Is True podcast live streams, stay over on the RBE channel. I'll keep the link in the description box of every video so you guys will always see both channels, okay? And understand that there's a difference, but we're still going to have a lot of great content on both channels, okay? So let's kick this off. Let's have some fun. Okay, y'all with me? Do y'all understand? Is everybody up to speed? I guess the only thing that I will preface and say once again, it's very, very important to make sure that y'all understand. Live streaming will only be here, okay? That's the only place. Memberships will only be here. Why did I do that? Because one thing that the memberships are always going to be great for is the battle releases. And I have some battles that's already locked in, more than I'm locking in right now, coming for March. Okay, so they're going to debut to members first. But memberships, don't go over there. Don't look for memberships there. I don't want you guys to join any memberships over there. Keep your memberships here and here only. The Sorry Is True podcast lives will be here only. Battle drops will be here only. But when we do our lives, we're still going to do, who knows? We're still going to talk about any and everything that we choose to. But over there, no lives, no members exclusive content, clips, all your one-off topics, and straight topic exclusives, okay? Similar to like what I just showed y'all, this morning's Aye Verb update, okay? So I only got 3 videos uploaded, but by the end of the week, that'll probably be like 20. I'm going to show you how to work. So shout out to everybody in the chat that was putting a comment saying they headed over there right now to subscribe. All the links on both channels and all videos in both places will always be in every video. Just go down to the description and you'll find everything you need. My social media, both channels, how to join, how to subscribe, all of that is there. Even a Spotify link is in the description. Every single video we got you, okay? So thank you for everybody supporting. Like I ended that video, let's have some fun. Before I move on to this Jay Mills piece real quick. Yes, 70 NYK NYK. I don't know how to pronounce how it's spelled out, my guy. Appreciate the super. Thank you for the support. I'll just call you 7 when I see you from now on. Says that Rob 1v1 is nasty work. I watched it this morning on the treadmill. Lance Stevenson put up $5,000. Rob was sitting on the sideline minding his business, quiet. You know, he's got that kind of laid back demeanor until he's on the court. You know, he goes, puts his sneakers on versus a man bigger than him, but I think it was his first 1v1, but he's been playing team games. And I think the game ended like 30-15, if I remember correctly. Rob killed him on cardio. He killed him on bag work, meaning that dude pretty much only had downhill left or right. That's it. Right side drive, left side drive. He had 0 jumper. He shot a air ball free throw to start the game. He shot, I think, 2 air ball 3-pointers. He's not a shooter. And his cardio was done by like 5 minutes into the game. He was done. Rob was rushing, like, come on, check it up. Let's go. Let's go. He was trying to stay on his. It's a dog world over there in the 1v1 space, man. It really, really is. So I'm up to speed, man. Thank you, 7. I'm up to speed. All right. This Jay Mills topic. Before I pull this up on screen, I'm gonna build up a little bit of a drama. Jay Mills, if you're watching, or if you catch the replay of this, or if you catch a clip of this, whether here or on the other channel. I'm not looking for you to lose, buddy. I'm not looking for your downfall. This is actually a testament to how good your release and your diss songs have been. They have been stellar. This is what happens when you sit in the throne. Jay Mills has the crown right now. The same way in the hip hop world, we could say Kendrick is walking around with it. In the battle rap world, as far as this diss track stuff going on, it's so clear. There's no disputing. Jay Mills is sitting in the throne. He's got the crown. He's undisputed. It's scary what he's been doing. For us, it's beautiful, man. We're hip hop heads. We love it. We absolutely fucking love it. But when you sit in that chair, you know what we always do? I don't care if Magic is sitting there, Bird is sitting there, Jordan is sitting there, LeBron is sitting there, Giannis sits there for a year. Shout out to Giannis, man. We're waiting to see where he goes. I just saw AD got traded, I think, to the Wizards. He's gonna be sitting alongside Trae Young now, I think. Yeah, whatever. But anyway, let me not get into all that stuff right now. When you sit in the throne, people start to anticipate, especially if it feels like you are having a dominant run, like a dynasty. Okay, we start to look at the landscape and say, who can beat this person? Who could beat this team? Who could beat this legend? Who could beat this dynasty? Okay, so that's what I'm doing. It's natural for just a competitive hip hop fan. All right, so a disclaimer for anybody that is dumb enough to twist my fucking words. But I'm looking at the landscape. So who have I asked previously to go back and forth with Jay Mills? I want to see the Mickey Factz one. I don't care how close they are. I'll watch Friends battle every day, B. I got classics on the RBE channel from Friends. Some of the we are the home of the block on block crime. Writers Block. Remember that group? Some people say that was the best talent for talent, pound for pound group to come through battle rap, right? I have a majority of all those matchups. We got Big Cannon versus Danger Zone, classic. We got Danny Myers versus Chilla Jones, classic. We got JC versus Big Cannon, classic. We got Daylight versus Oops, all-time best ever type of battle. And if I got any other ones that I'm forgetting, so forth and so on. Writer's Block, block on block crime. Okay, two friends getting in there and saying, let's just see who the fuck is better. Sometimes it's dope to do that. Rocky and Apollo Creed taught us that, right? When the whole wind up when they're training and sparring and punched each other in the face, right? We know this. Mickey, Jay Mills, please leave it on the table. Leave it on the board. Okay? Don't tell us it's never going to happen. Leave it on the board at least. Who else? We've talked about Holla's quality of diss tracks. I wouldn't mind seeing that back and forth, Holla and Jay Mills. I think that'd be spooky. I think it'll be elevated. I think it'll be big news. You know, Jay Mills, where he's elevated as far as people watching him right now, him being the new algorithm right now, and Holla being a view king. I think that'll crash. And then it's just about who's better. And I know one thing about Holla. Not only is he good on diss tracks, but he has a record for always using that same fucking producer that did his album. That guy is sick. Who else? I think everybody else is kind of like just watching from the outside. If somebody gets froggy, they'll leap and then we'll watch and we'll see what happens. But none of these people am I saying I would possibly even put money on. I don't care whether I'm betting with Jay Mills. I don't care if it's a side bet. I don't care if I'm betting with fans. If I had to put money on one person, knowing he got to amount to everything that Jay Mills does. He got to choose beats. He's got to be fast. He's got to be a very, very fast writer. He's got to do visuals. He's got to do visuals fast. He's got to be great at rapping on beat. Do y'all understand where I'm going? Do y'all know who this is? You better. It's one of my favorite rappers across all genres ever. RJ Payne. Why don't you step to the front and center, sir? If you go to RJ Payne's Instagram and you see what he uploads damn near on a daily basis. I used to think like his brain writing process was like that of an AI machine before AI took over in the public's eye. I used to always ask myself, how does he put out that many verses that fast? Kind of like the record artist T-Rock from Atlanta. not Tay-Rock, T space R-O-C-K. Like, how do you have that many like, when does your mind run the fuck up? Because you do it every day and you got new shit. How? It don't make no fucking sense. And RJ Payne would be the one. Am I instigating right now? Fuck yes, because this would be a classic.
Entertainment.
I sent a buddy to visit, it's cut and dry. Get put in a fucking sky. Been studying physics, the blood of a wizard. Mixing us two together, a flood in the blizzard. It's ugly, admit it. Diss me, I peel your cat. So cover your fitted, a brother committed to stacking this paper higher. I'm doubling digits, I'm subtle but vivid. I switched up my fucking lane. Ain't no trouble to pivot. You fucking with us, get left in a blood puddle. I cover the ticket. Beef get vicious. Bitch, you can sleep with fishes and cuddle with lizards. This a combination of domination, team elite. My people, they scream and preach to the congregation. Listen close, do some observation. I'm God's creation, providing so much gas in the booth, you can see the condensation. Nobody breathing could change the story of fame and glory. Payne and Corey gave you the war report. I'm blaming Nori. I don't speak my mind, but my trigger finger explain it for me. Niggas pussy cross me, I'm shooting bitches. Same story. Pack.
Beautiful Payne Entertainment.
I sent a buddy to try. Get put in a.
Stop acting like I'm wrong. Is this his Instagram? Before I get up out of here and we move on, can I go to his page? I feel like I could click anything on RJ's page. Okay, shout out to RJ. I'm following him, of course. I feel like I could click anything.
My nigga, jump if you dare. I'm in my bag, I got him madder than Trey was. And boys in the hood, punch in the air. Not a chump can compare. I ain't ducking smoke, I'm in the woods.
Hold on, let me be careful with that beat. I know you use a lot of commercial beats too. He does this like on a daily basis, every day. Is this who you going for this Sunday, G? No, they out. What am I talking about? Is this who you was going for? And his staff is still getting the MVP.
Look, now they telling me I've been in my bag.
I gotta play it.
Shit, I'm writing with this pen and this pad is a tad harshful. I'm in the gym trimming the flab to the last tarsal. When you see me start grinning, it's bad. Tag Marshall. Word to Mr. Mathers, I'm a surgeon with a dag. I rip a rap of the pieces I'm turning.
I know this stream is getting flagged for that. It is.
Peep the rhetoric, nigga, let it rip. I killed the alphabet by the letter to see the cheddar flip. I never slip, reality shifted. I need a better.
People, this stream is gonna get flagged for those beats, but this is the dope thing about being live, because I gotta edit these out post stream, and you'll never see it again on the channel. But when you hear live, you get to hang out. We get to check this out. We get to react.
Peep the rhetoric, nigga, let it rip. I killed the alphabet by the letter to see the cheddar flip. I never slip, reality shifted. I need a better grip, Beretta clip, waving whoever. I sway sever shit, surgical. I caught the alley-oop on the vertical. I slam dunk the top of the casket like a convertible. I put in work, what I prefer to do is to murder you. A nerd and a shooter, a mix of Urkel and Turkaloo. My pen is hot, Texas tornado, I spin the block. Top that, you hear my shit cock back and I send a shot. Remixed it quick as Hitman holler. Pretend I'm not. I put the titties right under the stick. It's a gender swap. Look. Certified stepper. Words apply pressure. Shit, I say disturbing my professors. Murder my oppressors. Graduated early. Barely did a third of my semester. Shit was getting older. Flow would keep the fertilizer fresher. Better learn. I'm a real fucking predator. Let her burn. Bullet in your head. Now you laying in a bed of worms. The competitor never squirms. I'm not afraid to dream. I caught a body and I got away clean and ain't spread a germ. It's pain. Peep the rhetoric, nigga, let it rip. I killed the alphabet by the.
I better stop playing. Y'all better stop playing. RJ Payne. Can we see it? Can we see it? Can you throw out a tester? Jay Mills. I know you know who RJ Payne is. What do you guys think? I'll send a little bag, matter of fact. Anybody want to send me a shot exclusive? Anybody want to send me an exclusive? Yo, this is for Payne. Yo, this is for Jay Mills. Drop it on your channel, AR. Debut it on the stream. I'll pay y'all for it. Why not? Who want to do it? I'll let you upload it on your own channel too. Make a couple dollars. Why not? That's how bad I want to see that shit. That's how bad I want to see that shit, man. All right, let's move on. Fun battle rap related stuff. Okay. Let's get into some of the nastier side of the drama and the news, y'all. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5 more quick topics. All right, no more music stuff directly, at least. R. Kelly. This is a topic that we are covering respectfully, and I'm going to be very sensitive with whatever my take and my reaction is going to be. But wow, R. Kelly's child victim from infamous tape. They put a name there. Okay, Rashona. Well, obviously she's publicly coming out, so speaks out publicly in first TV interview. I wonder if somebody paid her for that. I mean, I hate to think about the business, but this is a big exclusive. It's a media content driven world. People will pay her a big bag for her a first interview, a book, all types of stuff. It's just wild, man.
It was a couple of weeks before your 17th birthday. You say, Robert told me the copies of one of the sex tapes of 14-year-old me were beginning to be sold on the streets of Chicago and across the country. Your reaction to that when you think about hearing those words from R. Kelly, that this tape is out there and you were 14 years old?
I was empty. I was very hollow inside. I was very confused. Didn't know what to expect. And I was embarrassed.
Why not tell the truth in 2002 or 2008 when there was finally a trial after 6 years?
That's one of my biggest regrets, not telling the truth. But again, when I have been trained and groomed since I was age 13, I started believing the lies that I was telling. It was very foggy and unclear on what I really felt versus what was right or what was wrong. And even in moments where I despised Robert, I still lied for him.
When I look back at that trial, this idea that people who were not part of the jury were able to see some of that video.
Mm-hmm.
And the jokes that came from the video, because we're talking about seeing a person at the time, not knowing who it is,
Mm-hmm.
for sure, being urinated on and talked about. And it's almost like, oh my gosh, do you look at even the justice system as not protecting you to some extent? I mean, thinking about that video being played before a gallery of everyday citizens.
I definitely think things could have been handled differently. I'm happy I wasn't there to witness everyone watching that. To the world imagery, I was not made to be a victim. I was a mockery. And that was very difficult to digest. It was very disheartening to know that my body was just being displayed and tossed around. And, when I look back on it, I wish things could have been done differently, but those are all of the things that I had to internalize.
Say it was a couple of weeks before your 17th birthday. You say, Robert told me.
There's some interesting things that we just heard, people. I was starting to write down a couple little bullet points in the background because I was like, I had like 10 thoughts that while I was just listening. One, the whole thing about the tape and playing in trial and did the justice system protect her? I don't want to act like I remember all the details around the trial or nothing like that, but part of me feels like that tape didn't go out into the whole world because it was played at trial, right? There was a lot of stuff played at Diddy's trial. Do we expect to see it? No, they played a lot of exclusives on the monitors and whatnot at Diddy's trial, and audio and emails that they put up, and we just had to hear about it through word of mouth from the press coming out of the courtroom. This video, I thought, was because allegedly the Aunt Sparkle put it out. And I hate to keep saying it like this. It might sound nasty and what, but it's true. I'm a New Yorker, y'all. Like, this was Canal Street days. I was working in Midtown Manhattan. So you come out your job for your lunch break, whether you walk up the street, motherfuckers has got their mixtapes, they movies, they VHS, they DVDs, fake sneakers, fake purses, fake shirt, whatever. Like there was stores on the sidewalks everywhere you went. You know what I'm saying? And in the storefronts. And that's where the legendary Canal Street comes in. But you don't even need to get to Canal Street. Like I could be right there, like, oh, you got the new DJ Clue? You got that new Drama Kings Case Slay for me? What you got? What you got? Let me see what you got. You got that new Cocaine City DVD? Whatever. And right there next to it, on every corner, every block, every hustler's fucking blanket laying on the street is the R. Kelly tape. It was everywhere. I don't know if that came out from the court. And if it did, if that ended up on every street corner in every neighborhood around the definitely around the country because of it came out of court, wouldn't she have a huge lawsuit? A huge lawsuit. Now, as far as protecting her, some would say that's the reason why Sparkle gave it to the police or gave it to the courts. Other people would say she was sour. She was doing some get back on R. Kelly. You know, you was around him and record deal stuff happens or whatever. I don't want to go there. Shout out Sparkle. I don't want to allegedly. But speaking of opportunity, right? Does that also come into play when we start talking about when she says back then I shouldn't have lied for him? Like they didn't ask her, why didn't you speak out? They asked her, why didn't she tell the truth? So it's not just the lying as it relates to, did this man do something to you? Or I don't know who he is. Nothing ever happened. That's not me in the tape. Whatever her testimony was. Did she testify? I don't even remember that she went to court. I forget. But the alleged lie that I remember not just involved her family, her parents. Allegedly, she was paid off and her and the family left the country with a bag so that they couldn't even be picked up or served to testify. You know, R. Kelly's this big bag and this big celebrity. You know, I got all this stuff going on. Here's a couple $1 million. You go over to Brazil, hang out there for the next 3 years. When this is all done, whatever, I'm gonna keep sending y'all money if you need. Allegedly, who knows, right? But that was what was always said. That's what was always said. Shout out to the chat. Somebody put she's on a book tour press run right now. You know, I can't be mad at her coming out and I guess finding a way to flip it. Here's the only difference. She can't claim that I'm not standing in her shoes. I'm going to assume that it doesn't really align trying to act like my whole life and nah, I shouldn't say life. Damn, let me be careful. My whole image is dead because of R. Kelly. So I might as well go this route, come out, do a book and all that. Why? Because if you guys are like me, you guys never knew what this woman looked like. You never knew who she was. You never knew her name. And then on top of that, she was a child then, allegedly, and she's a grown woman now. She walks past you on the street. Somebody could date her and not know that her history is. Imagine she's sitting on the couch with somebody one day. Somebody she dating. Hey, you know R. Kelly? Hell yeah, that's the king of R&B. Bitch ass nigga. He's in jail right now serving all that time for some shit he did to some little girl. I'm that girl. What? You know what I'm saying? Nobody would know who she is. Nobody. But we know now. So you got to take the good with the bad when you put yourself in that position, mama. Respectfully though, you know, I hope that you are either partially healed, halfway healed, fully healed. Because if it was my daughter, boy, y'all are like me, right? Everybody believes that he really did it, is not wrongfully convicted or nothing, right? He's a piece of shit. He did that. All right, let's move on. Wow. All right, Jay-Z. Somebody tweeted me some stupid shit like yesterday, whatever. Somebody's like, oh, so because it's Jay-Z, you ain't gonna say nothing? I was like, I tweeted back. I was like, go to the channel. We got a new video up right now talking about his shit. And then it spawned us to get into the whole Illuminati and the Bilderbergs and Freemasonry and all this type of stuff. I ain't protecting no damn Jay-Z. Since when y'all see me protect Jay-Z? My music and from the hip-hop world and all his accomplishments, GOAT, yes. Protect him? I don't know this nigga. overprotective for? Hell no. I did more for JD. Well, I don't know. I don't know how much my little couple album dollars did for him, but all right. What does this say? The Jay-Z Epstein claim of fact check. There's a lot of ifs going around, a lot of hypothesizing. Can people continue to clear this up for us? Jay-Z, is the document incriminating what a FBI crisis intake actually is? The document circulating online is an FBI crisis intake report. This is a record of a tip or a call made to an FBI hotline. See, and that's why people be like, "Yo, Nikki, did you do this shit? Did you do this or send this in to your homie Trump and he passed it along to his folk and said, all right, bet I got you. Let's flush this out. He don't support me anyway. He's Democrat. He's an Obama guy, right? Is that what happened? By law, the FBI must document every tip it receives, regardless of credibility, and will then deem what is credible enough to investigate. I don't like that. I feel like it should be almost how people's looking at the Tony Busby 1-800 hotline. Like, as a lawyer, there's certain criteria that you're supposed to do before proceeding with filing actual claims or allegations or a lawsuit, right? You're supposed to do some type of due diligence, okay, some follow-up, some type of homework. Anybody can make any claim, and regardless whether it has weight to it at all, somebody could just toss it in. I don't like that. All right. A crisis intake report is not evidence, not testimony, not an incident, and not a finding of fact. Anyone can call. This specific report is marked unclassified, meaning it was not substantiated or escalated into an investigation. All right, what are we doing here? Come on. What are we doing here then? With the Transparency Act, Epstein files are being released. Okay. On January 28, 2026, 3 million documents related to Jeffrey Epstein were released as part of the transparency efforts. These include verified court records, emails, photographs, and also unverified materials such as anonymous tips. So this could have been a tip that went in, but was just classified this whole time. Okay. Note that in these 3 million, Jay-Z's name appeared once and only in an unverified tip line report. All right. So as I'm reading this definitely sounds like it's trying to defend Jay-Z, and I'm not going to apply any bias. I'm just going to keep it real about how I feel about what we read. Document allege. And what does it not allege? So we read it. There's some nasty stuff in there. I'm not going to read that piece with the highlight at the top and all the redactions. We already did that. The claim isn't supported by verified records. There are no court documents or credible report. Do you guys have a name of who reported it though? In the document, Jay-Z is not this. Oh yeah, I think that's what's redacted. Okay, from when we read it. All right, assailant, accomplice, participate, or eyewitness. It just says his name randomly thrown in the middle of a sentence. Oh, don't dumb it down too much because it's not like we see everybody's name in there. But on the other side, to be fair, Jay-Z, of course, is a fucking target. You know, he's a big name. All right. No law enforcement agency corroborated the allegation. No charges were filed. No investigation followed. Here's a question that I do have for Jay. Jay, when the allegations came out about you and kids, and that's being suggested in, I believe, this particular file that started going around the internet, you took a very passionate stance and put out a public statement going back at Tony Busby and that Jane Doe. No public statement for this? I guess the biggest difference is that was like a lawsuit filing, and then you also felt like that was about to be extortion. Yeah, you pretty much said that. I'm gonna make an example. You want to throw out that shit, and then you're gonna exact revenge. Yeah, that is a big difference versus some file that comes out that can just be plucked out of the air from somebody saying anything to this. But I'm just saying, no statement, no nothing. All right. Automatically guilty. What is this? Your name equals automatically guilty? ? Out of the 3 million documents released, come one from the same non-verified account. Same tip line that mentions allegations against. I heard Eminem's name the other day too. Yes. Tupac's assault case from 1996 was also used as a case law for J.E. Release photos from the Epstein file show Rihanna calling Jeffrey Epstein. Lady Gaga's name is mentioned in the email. Let me tell you one thing about powerful people. They always running around in the same rooms, okay? Some of them is into weird stuff. Some of them is being coaxed or coached or trained or groomed into weird stuff. Some people have no idea and ain't for nothing. Other people is just happy to be here. Like, look at that white party. The infamous picture that hurt Lil Baby's image of him getting hugged from the back, right? This little baby walking around there looking for all those hugs all day. Nah, dude ran up on him, gave him that hug. Cameras was running. He's happy, smiling. That still shot, that one little split second moment got him looking weird. Is that really Lil Baby to be fucked? No, but it just looked bad. It's the moment. It's that split second imagery, and here we are when you say you got a screenshot of Rihanna calling Epstein. Let's get off Jay-Z for a second. Rihanna calling powerful people always hang out together. Birds of a feather flock. It's not just powerful people. Birds of a feather flock together. Here goes this Epstein guy. Got his own island. Got this. Got that. You know how many millionaires? Oh, what's up? It happens all the time, man. Millionaires introduce each other to each other. Hey, we're in the same Ferrari club. Let's go play golf together and all this type of shit. And the networking is also important. Whether this person does music, this person does real estate, this person owns an island, this person owns helicopters, this person plays for the Lakers. They all, the presidents do it too. Once it's time to get some of that campaign money, they homies. Shit, Trump is expecting a bag sooner or later from Nicki. Allegedly. We see what I'm saying? Like, we can't just jump out the window. We got a screenshot of Rihanna calling Epstein. So, you gotta do more than that, man. Get this shit out of my face for now. That whole post was dedicated to tearing it down, so I think we got enough context. But even though I'm joking about that, with some truth and jest, doesn't mean that I'm just saying, we're done here. No, I'm not saying we're done here. Just like Max B's situation. No, we're going to keep watching, okay? Jay, I don't know, man. Where's that public statement? Yo, is this real right here, y'all? Somebody tell me that this is fake. Well, I want to be the one to tell y'all that it's fake, because sometimes we pull things up on a podcast and I do some of the due diligence before and I say, hey, y'all, this is going around, but it's fake. I pulled it up. I pulled this up and it was confirmed, at least by ChatGPT. Like, no, this sources say that this is real. I'm like, what? Baltimore judge issues warrant for Javvante Davis over probation violation. Now, you hear Baltimore, right? Is that where he's from? Isn't that where he's from? Where he just had the warrant out for his arrest and he was doing the race allegedly for a couple weeks. That was Miami. And he just got bailed. He just bonded out for that. We saw the video. We all played it. We all watched it. Now here you are, less than a week out, and another warrant is issued for his arrest. So what happens if you're in Miami and Baltimore issues an arrest for you? Does Baltimore people come for you and extradite you? I know we hear extradition more so between countries, right? Like cross sea shit. State to state, do you get extradited? You do have bounty hunters and all types of authorities that sometimes collaborate and work together. Oh man, what case was that? What case was that? Shit, it was a case where dude got in trouble in one state. Oh, it was a basketball player, one of the Williams brothers, right? It was one of the twins. And we saw that. He had some joint for a call or something like that. It was unpaid for, but it was like in another state or something. And while he was up facing the judge, that was brought up. They will send your ass to the state, where your charges are being held or your warrant was issued. There is collaboration across states. Or does he just take himself to Baltimore and turn himself in and face that warrant? Is he about to fight? Is he going to get bonded out for that? Is he doing the race again for that? Does this affect how his Miami situation is going? All right, what is this about again? Baltimore County Courts database shows circuit judge has issued a fresh arrest warrant. The warrant stems from a hit and run incident in Baltimore in November of 2020. This is going all the way back then. So where was you guys? He had fights since 2020. Where was y'all then? If you know where he's going to be, publicized place, why didn't you just pick him up then? That left 4 people injured. 4 people in a hit and run? Davis received 90 days of house arrest. Okay, so he did get in trouble. 20 hours of community service and 3 years of probation. Oh, so he went through it for the incident, but he's violated the terms of that probation. An act which he has led to the issuance of his latest arrest warrant. See, that's what. Oh, because even if you want to stick up for the guy and hear some details, like, man, it's just bad luck around the guy. Bad luck, man. He was driving and 4 people jumped out into the road while they was in the middle of a brawl. Not his fault. He was driving down the street. Motherfuckers is fighting. Not his fault. Right? I'm just making some shit up. But you went through it. You went through the process. You went through court. And you ended up with probation after for something serious. And you didn't stay on top of it. You didn't stay on top of your probation, or you did something that violated the terms of that. I wonder if it's the Miami arrest that violated it. Like, you can't be arrested for anything, or you can't be charged with something that's of a misdemeanor and up for the next 10 years. And his arrest in Miami violates that. Can you have cross-state? Let's ask real quick. Can you have cross-state probation violation terms? For example, if I have probation in Baltimore, for I shouldn't say that. Baltimore after a hit and run, but then get arrested in Miami for domestic violence. What does it say? Does Baltimore have any ties from a... It says, yeah, this kind of cross-state situation absolutely can trigger probation problems. Here's how it generally works. Short reality: if you're on probation in Baltimore and you get arrested in Florida, the Florida arrest can violate your Maryland probation, even though it's a different state and a different case. All right. What else do you guys want me to do? Problem child, kid. Problem child. I'm going to make these last 2 real quick, people. I didn't play this yet. First listen with y'all. I saw this post and said, wait a minute. Hernandez Govan claims Yo Gotti's Rolls Royce was shot 60 times 1 month before Young Dolph's death. The irony in that is the whole, the 100-shot song by Young Dolph that he survived, after he survived a wild attempt on him. Wow.
He knew what had just happened to Yo Gotti. So there is no way that I would have been riding around here like that, and I knew what just happened to Yo Gotti in a month or so prior. The Yo Gotti that everybody know, he probably was going on his leak back. Gotti was in town for a family function, a family event, and he was in his Rolls Royce truck, and Insanity pulled up on the side of him. They let out about 60 rounds into his Rolls Royce truck, but he was bulletproof.
So that's why Gotti came out with that song called Bulletproof.
So, let me and miss. I hope the Lord bless. He knew what had just happened to Yo Gotti. So there is no way that I would have been.
Govan, should you even be talking about this? I mean, that's another question, but some people say that war in Memphis is one of, as far as something that stems from hip hop, is one of the bloodiest that's tagged towards hip hop in history, as far as amount of bloodshed. I'm not talking about gang wars. I'm talking about related to hip hop drama, stuff that comes from there. Of course, the YSL stuff. We got a lot that comes out of drill. Got a lot of people serving time behind drill beefs and whatnot. But geez, Memphis. I'm gonna leave it there. Last but not least, y'all, real quick, real quick, just so we can stay up on everything. OTF Jam, who is accused of snitching on Little Durk with a message from the feds. Now, we already heard that news last year. Saw the video where they alleged like he was like wearing a wire and everything. I don't know. It's all alleged, but they're saying that this is his IG and he posted this. I don't care who's what or what you think of me. I hope you taking care of yourself and not thinking Dirk gonna pay your bills or help take care of y'all ugly ass kids. You goofies act like y'all on an OTF payroll to make comments. Yeah, he's picked up for something totally different. But if you talking like that in Dirk's direction, you're not friends with him. Dirk rapped like what? He jam come home, he get 50 bands or whatever. He's done interviews himself talk about Dirk did even more than that. Cribs and cars and money. He definitely looked out for him when he got home. You know, checked him off something crazy. But wow. And to what extent do you want somebody to, you know, I tend to see more of this disgruntled nature when the bag is outside. You know, you got the like. Let's think of Max B. All right, if French Montana never put a dollar on Max B's lawyers or on his books or nothing, and he's out here getting to a serious bag, French Montana, serious come up ever since Max B's been arrested. Max B should post like this or might feel like this, but Dirk is locked up. Dirk is away from his children. Dirk is facing his accounts could be. He's got people outside that's possibly like family that still needs. He don't even have money still coming in, and he probably got a bunch of people around him that have high valued lifestyles. People that because of him got mansions and expensive cars and big bills and light bills and gas bills and stuff. And he's not there. No new money is coming in. His lawyers are already, he got this multi-million-dollar dream team, right? This dude could easily go fully broke in jail. During this process, during this trial, you know, like even big money goes real fast in these situations. That's insane to feel like he needs to still be taking care of other people while he's in jail. He's not outside. But God knows what these two guys got going on between them, man. I don't know. All right, once again, shout out to Don Beam with the super earlier piece, AR, green team and all that. Notifications working out. Good to hear. Sometimes they be on the fritz for people. It's all a thing with YouTube. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're delayed. Sometimes YouTube doesn't send you all the notifications that you have turned on. Sometimes even it could be a problem from my side. If I put out, I think YouTube says it's only 3 notifications per channel that go out within 24 hours or within a day. I even asked Quarter Lab, I said, now, is it within 24 hours or is it within the same calendar day? And they said YouTube doesn't even publicize that. So it's just like, if I put up, a bunch of shorts and some clips and a live, and if it is indeed counted within this 24-hour cycle, then it's possible that if we do a video, if we got an active like day or 48 hours that doesn't have notifications that go out. So, the other channel is going to help us with some of that, believe it or not, because a lot of the clips, all of the clips are going over there and all the one-off uploads are going over there. So this will pretty much just be shorts, lives, battles. That's it over here. So there's more space for content to hopefully send out more notifications now that we got the split off over there. So make sure y'all subscribe. It's in the description below. Also, Don Bean says it ain't gonna be that though. That letter from Holla is that's a bad joint for you, Verb. That's a bad joint. I'm pretty sure he's somewhere in spaces right now talking in circles about it or talking away from it or finding some BS to try to preach to his island, his shutter island. DO3 ENT, appreciate you, G, says, do Mickey's tracks with J Mills to tear them? Oh, tear them. I'm gonna keep it real. Mickey is my nigga, you know what I'm saying? But J Mills is the top guy, you know what I'm saying? I want to give Mickey his own tiering though, because we're gonna have 7 of them joints to play to refresh and then put him into tiers and break down. So when we get to that stream after he's done, we'll have some fun. And shout out to you once again. 7 when we was talking about Rob's 1v1 that just dropped. Yeah, I'm hip. All right, y'all. Shout out to the whole chat. Remember, go below, subscribe to the new channel, second channel. If you came in late on the stream, either click the trailer at the top of the channel, the second channel, link is in the description of this video, or go back early in this stream when I get to that piece of the live, and I'll tell y'all more about it, what we got going on now, the new formula, the where you're going to find content that is absolutely different in both channels, okay? Other than that, sorry it's true. It's been real. And damn, we got another Mickey track to play tomorrow. But it is what it is. All right, we out.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry It's True podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.